Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Hey, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we're right at that time, so if everybody can come and find your seats real quick, we're about to get started with this incredible celebration. It got super quiet, super quick. I'm like, we're not at a funeral, we're at a graduation. So real quick, I want to welcome everyone here. So can we give first our graduates just a huge ovation because they deserve it. So can we give it up for them real quick? Oh, no, guys, we can do much better than that. Come on, let's give it up for them. I love the bell. So true story. This is my friend that they had a graduation bell, and I'm like, yeah, bring it, and she brought it. So for every graduate, you're about to get a bell, a ring. So we really want to celebrate you guys. I want to introduce myself real quickly. My name is Von Miner, and I'm the president and the executive director of the South Dallas Driving Academy, and we are honored to be here today. I would be remiss to say that we did not get here on our own. There are some incredible organizations that are here. We stand on the shoulders of a great man by the name of Mike Fetchner, who founded a nonprofit in South Dallas called Bridge Builders. And Bridge Builders has been doing their work in South Dallas for about 27 years. He envisioned a job training program that would be redemptive and that would level the playing field in relationship to creating living wage career pathway opportunities. So we get the privilege to live in legacy and to do just that. So we want to give big props to Bridge Builders, who we launched out of. We want to give huge props to the city of Dallas. Can we give it up for the city of Dallas really quickly? Oh, no, come on, city of Dallas. Can we get a ring for that? Hey, quick story. We met with the city. It seems like all of our relationships have been about a year in the making. And when we met with the city, we were talking first about our Class C driver's license program. It's a pathway program. And Laura was like, hey, that's really cool. But we got some guys who need a CDL. And we were like, you know what, Chris and I, you're about to be introducing him shortly. He was like, you know what, we really got to push the CDL. And we came to an agreement that, hey, we really need to do something that will accelerate this pathway. So in God's timing, his perfect timing, he lent us a foundation that blessed us with an amount of money that allowed us to be able to bring this CDL pathway to fruition. So Laura and I talked again, and then we talked again, and then we talked again, and then we talked again. And it came to pass that we've got a partnership officially. So let's give it up again for the city of Dallas, and we get to work with them and really be a part of their ecosystem. So we're very grateful for the city of Dallas. We got a group in the back, I don't know, this really small bottling and beverage company that no one has ever heard of before. No one has ever tasted their snacks. PepsiCo Frito-Lay is in the back. Can we give it up for these guys real quick? Buddy Savage and his team. Mari Roberts is not here, Nikki Jolly is not here, but we can go on for days about the incredible advocacy that we've had at PepsiCo. And whenever we pitched this idea, because it simply was an idea, a year and 6 months later, it's come to full fruition. So we're so grateful for our relationship with PepsiCo. Thank you guys so much for being here. And then I've got a few other people that I just want to shout out real quick. Samantha Davis, she is here. She served formerly with the Community Engagement Opportunity Council, a really big nonprofit that has an incredible outreach into the community of Dallas and frankly in the United States. And we were able to borrow her, so without her, none of the nicety of this would come to fruition. So let's give it up for Sam real fast. She's just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I've got two more. This guy by the name of Armando Simmons, has this little tiny marketing company called Simmons Interactive. I'm just giving him a hard time. And without him, our branding would not come to fruition. So he's been pushing this brand so that we can get the recognition that we really are seeking in the city and throughout the country. So Armando, thank you very much for being here, and thank you for your service to us and his team. And lastly, CDL Connection Dallas. Whenever I want you guys to stand up real quick. All the CDL Connection Dallas guys, please stand up. Whenever we started this or envisioned this, our hearts was we did not want to start a program with a CDL company that we didn't know. Because here's the reality. If we put our name on it, our reputation on it, if our guys had a horrible experience with that CDL company, you've got one time to make a first impression. And we did not want that to happen. Secondly, we wanted a CDL company that shared our heart. We believe this is a work of Jesus. This is a redemptive work to allow men and women to come to a full place of really an act of justice where they can make a career living wage. We needed that CDL company to come alongside us to share that same heart, a heart for redemption and a heart for people. And guys, this is literally, we're not here today without CDL Connection Dallas. So Lenny Lewis, the principal of CDL Connection Dallas, he sends his what's up. He's in Florida celebrating a family reunion, but he gave me his A-team today. So can we please give a huge, huge, huge clap and appreciation. Let's stand up for these guys. Mom, will you do me a favor? Will you hand me that book that's right there? It's to your left. It's to your left. That book that's sitting right there to your left, right there, right there. There it is. You did great. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. I'm her son, so if I got my right and left mixed up, obviously, there's a bit of bad genetics in that thing, so I'm going to blame it on her. I did want to share this. This morning, I was reading out of my devotional book, and this was just, it resonated with me, and it really encapsulates this mission. It says, 2 are better than 1. For if they fall, 1 will lift up his companion. This is a reading, a verse of scripture from Ecclesiastes, verses 4, 9 through 10. This encapsulates everything that we're doing. 2 is better than 1. And God saw fit not to give us 2, but a lot. We're so grateful for you guys because we all fall and slip. And these men have fallen and slipped. They didn't do this perfectly, but they had their brothers. They had their mentors. They had their CDL compadres. They had their family members. And they have you bearing witness that 2 is better than 1. Thank you guys so much. Let's give another hand clap for our guys. This is our welcome. I want to introduce you to the board chairman of the South Dallas Driving Academy, Chris Peterson. Chris, before you come up real quick, I do, look guys, anybody who knows Chris knows his passion for Jesus and his passion for people. I've never met a man like this. I don't want to get emotional. But he works a full-time job, and he's always available for me. Always. He's with his family, D.C. yesterday, getting ready to go into a museum, and I call him, and he picks up. Why? Because this is as equally his passion as what he does for a living. I am not standing here, literally, I'm not standing here today without this guy who helped me dream this crazy idea up that we thought would have such an incredible impact on so many people and change the trajectory of a lot of lives. So I didn't want to just bring Chris up. I wanted us to clap Chris up. Can we give Chris Peterson an incredible hand clap? Love you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. That's crazy. Thanks. Hey, Vaughn asked me to give a little bit of a backdrop history of how we got here. We've been fiddling around with this little slide advancer. It may or may not work, so y'all nod at me if that just moved to a different screen. Did it? Let me see if I can point it at it. All right, well, it skipped one of the important slides. It's okay, I put it back because it skipped a slide. So I might have had that all messed up. So I'm just gonna talk, we won't do a whole bunch of presenting. Vaughn wanted me to give you a little bit of a history of how we got here. He mentioned Mike Fetchner. 2009, I made a trip over to China to see my really dear friend who's been over there for 35 years, just pouring into what you would call the least of these on the planet. Orphans that are just left at bus stops and bridges and thrown off of overpasses because the parents don't want a child that has a cleft palate, a club foot. If it isn't perfect, they just throw them away. And so I went over there and I saw that and I went, oh my goodness. And I came back here and I thought, what am I doing to help people that are not kind of North Dallasites like I am, right? And so I'm sitting here going, how do I help? And we get a message about Mike Fetchner, who's invested decades down in South Dallas, helping people get to opportunity, helping them thrive in their lives. And they don't have the advantages that a lot of folks north of I-30 do. And so, so I heard that he had contracted cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. Man never smoked a day in his life, but the doctors gave him 6 months to live, and the Lord gave him 6 years. And during that time, I just came down there going, what can I do to help? I have no idea. What can I do to help? And, and he said, hey, I need to start mentoring some of these young men. And so we started this basketball organization called Crossover Athletics, and it was with this crazy guy right here. Mike introduced me to him, and we said, you know what? Guys are learning their basketball skills and their life skills from the streets, and that ain't working outside of that neighborhood, right? So we got to do something where we learn a little bit more about how to actually function in a thriving position. So we brought in a skills development trainer that my kids had used when they were in basketball, and we started this program called Crossover Athletics. And I fell in love with a couple of young men, one by the name of Jeremy Williams. You'll see him, picture of him, hopefully here in a minute, and another one by the name of Dominique Sanders. They're half brothers, great, great dudes who wanted more, super, super kids. And over the course of the next 3 years, developing this relationship with these guys, I could see they really wanted more and they needed more. And my wife, Jean, if you raise your hand here, when Vaughn says nothing, yeah. When Vaughn says he wouldn't be standing here without what I've done, I promise you none of this happens without Jean Peterson. Because I asked her, hey, could we invite these young men from the inner city that you don't know to come live in our home and let you homeschool them for the next 2 years? And she said, okay, I'll do that. And so I said, to Vaughn's point, I travel. 75% of the time I'm on the road. And so I'm like, see ya, here they are. And they didn't anymore want to learn, music literature or history or any of these things that she was trying to teach them than a man in the moon, and not just pushing a wet noodle. And then I would come home and have to be dad a little bit. Really? You going to disrespect my wife? No, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're gonna do the work. And to God's glory and her hard work, those young men are today thriving in their professions. One is a 6-year truck driver with about 500,000 accident-free miles, and I'm gonna choke up. He will be paid, he's getting a brand new job. He will be about $1.20 next year doing what he does as a truck driver, okay? His brother is an E5 in the Navy and is just crushing it. He's an aviation administrator working out of Tinker Air Force Base, just finished an Air Force Excellence program, and he's just killing it, okay? So here's what I want to fast forward to, okay? Because I did want to recognize my beautiful wife and what she's done to help us get here. But while we're there, I'm going, hey guys, we're going to plug you into basketball. We're going to do all the things that my kids did. And so give me your driver's license, because we're going to go down. I'm going to get you to basketball. I'm not going to be your shuttle service to basketball practice and choir and all the other stuff. You're going to have to get yourself there. I ain't got a license. What do you mean I ain't got a license? Oh, my mom ain't got a license, my daddy ain't got a license, my granny ain't got a license, my brother ain't got a license. I said, they all drive. And he goes, that's the way it is. And I come to find out that in the community and much of the urban environments in this country, I found that 40% of the urban poor in this country do not have a valid Class C driver's license that we all got at 15, 16 years old. A rite of passage, a life credential, it's not happening. And in that community, it's probably, Clifton, what do you think? North of 70%? Yeah, right? It ain't happening, right? People just, here's what they do, and this is where that slide comes in. Does that mean they don't drive? Oh, they drive. They get the keys, they got to go drive. And they get a ticket, and they don't pay the ticket. And the ticket becomes a warrant, and bam, by the time this kid's 16, 17 years old, he's got $4,000 or $5,000 worth of tickets stacked up, and it's game over. And I'm in the trucking industry, and my customers are all saying, driver shortage, driver shortage. Anybody heard anything on the news about a truck driver shortage, okay? All day, every day, right? Buddy, you got enough drivers yet? Still working on it, yep, working the problem, okay? Been that for 2 decades that I've been in trucking. And they're begging for drivers, and here's guys with need of a professional wage that can drive them out of poverty, and they can't get there because they don't have a driver's license or they got tickets stacked up against them, and it's over, right? So educational system in many ways has challenged these guys. They're not coming out ready to be college ready. Now you got opportunities there that are closed to them because they don't have the right certifications, and we're like, okay, we got to fix something about this, okay? We got to do something about this. So I have no idea how many of these slides are actually going to fill up. If you want to get on that highway out there, you got to get on an on-ramp. And if you don't have a Class C driver's license, you don't have an on-ramp, okay? An on-ramp means you got to have an entry point, an acceleration area, and a merging lane, okay? How do you even get the entry point? We call that the Class C driver's license. That's the driver's license I'm talking about that every one of us have, okay? You got to build that on-ramp, okay? So it takes some time, takes some infrastructure. We've been at this a little over 3 years formally. Before that, we had created this pilot program, if this will advance for me. Yeah, it's not covering all of them, but here's what happened. We created a pilot program. Germany and Dominique were kind of the pilot. We got them trained in my car. Then we came down here, we got a group of kids that were in basically the after-school program at Bridge Builders, and we started this Class C program. These young men that came out of the initial pilot, mentioned earlier, okay? The other gentleman, Alonso Ortiz, he came through our athletic program. He ended up going to CDL Connection, getting his Class A driver's license through them. He currently runs for Ready Ice. He's run for McLean, JB Hunt, and others, doing a great job in that space. And then Devin Spurlock owns his own truck, okay? So we started that program. We realized we needed to put a little acceleration around that, so we needed to build this on-ramp and get beyond the just Class C driver's license and get to a Class A as well. By the way, in our Class C cohorts that we've done with the city, Dallas College, we just had our 100th kid in the last year get their Class C driver's license. From June of last year to July of this year, 100 kids, okay, that have their Class C. Today, we are celebrating another milestone, and that's 5 of our graduates of the Class A driver's program. When I said, Alonzo, how'd you get your CDL then? Paid for it myself. I said, what? Really? How'd you get it? So I met Lenny, the owner of that. His parents actually founded the business, but I met Lenny and I said, okay, we got to talk. So we started building this program together and vetted it out. And this, again, what you're seeing today is the first class to go through that. Let me see if there's anything behind this that you need to see. Yes. So now I need to hand this over to Buddy Savage. Now, in the genesis of all of this, I went to my buddies at the American Trucking Association and I said, hey, we got a problem. We got to fix this problem. We got to start helping these guys get these Class C licenses, get them into a pathway. They can come to work as a forklift driver. They can come to work in your factories. They can come to work wherever on the dock until they get their certifications on these other things. So we needed pathway partners. The first one to raise their hand was PepsiCo Frito-Lay. My good friend Mari Roberts is the Vice President of Transportation there. She took us before their foundation. They have supported us immensely with money to get started, to scale this. And now today they're here to talk to our graduates and talk to them about the opportunities within PepsiCo that are abundant. Okay, and so these guys, not only will they come out here with a certification, but they'll have initial conversations with the city of Dallas, with PepsiCo, and others who are interested in hiring. So if you're here, we've got 5 good, solid candidates from the city of Dallas that we'd love to chat with you, make some time and visit with these guys. Buddy's here for the same purpose. Buddy, would you come up and tell us a little bit about your interest in this program and why you guys have been supporting it so strongly? Buddy Savage, everybody. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir.
Well, it is an absolute honor to be here to represent PepsiCo. I know Mari really wished she could have made it. She had other engagements, so I am very grateful to be standing in front of you and to be representing our company. I had a chance to be able to speak with the 5 drivers before today's ceremony, and I can't even express how overwhelmed and excited I am to learn about their stories, about their struggles. And you know, not everybody can take that classification. It's very difficult. There's a lot of regulations, so there's a lot of effort that goes into being able to get that license. So. You know, we talked a little bit about, you know, what they had to go through, you know, what other things that they have going on, the struggles and everything that they had to work through, and take a test and study and get that license. And then not only just take the test, they got to go out on the road and they got to drive a building. I always like to call, they're driving buildings down the road. So it takes an enormous amount of patience, an enormous amount of intelligence to be able to operate a large vehicle like that. You know, we're driving with our Class C licenses in our personal vehicles. We drive around the town, and there's people kind of zooming in and out of us, right? So you can imagine if you're in this huge vehicle, you really have to just kind of take everything out of your mind, and you've got to stay focused. And when I talk to these guys, they have that resolve in them. They went through struggles, and they got to this point where they understand how important it is for them to get to this milestone in their life. So I was really, really encouraged. I don't know if my slide's up, but I wanted to, let me know if you can't hear me. PepsiCo is a very big in people, right? You heard about the passion of this organization and the partnership. Vaughn and Chris and I, thankfully, I was able to go to the dinner, the donor dinner, and in place of Mari again. And I was given the great fortune to meet Chris and Vaughn. And we had a really great opportunity to kind of discuss, you know, the conceptual part of the process of where we're going in our partnership, and just to see, and just even to hear when I was listening to the testimony of where you've come from and where we're at today has been very, very exciting. PepsiCo, our commitment, last year we donated $20,000 to go towards CDL Class C, Class A licenses, training. So we are excited to partner with this organization. We've also, you know, this equates to about 200 folks that are going to have the opportunity to start a career and to make really an equivalent to about $8 million kind of as an economic stimulus with careers with these 200 folks that we're investing in. So I am humbled, I'm grateful, I'm excited to continue to talk to the graduates as we finish ceremonies today, but they're the guest of honors, and I would just ask, as we were talking, you guys have already done some great things in your life, and my challenge to you would be to never give up. You guys you have such a resolve about you. You are such an example to those that are around you that know you. So what you're doing, you're making an impact, not only in yourself, in your family, the encouragement you're showing them by staying true to what you're set out to do, and you're going to be improving your lives. You're going to make more money, but not only more money, you're going to build a career. You're going to feel good about what you're doing, and you're going to bring a lot of people in your train that are going to see what you're doing, and you're making an example, and they're going to be able to do it. Because sometimes people just need to see the example, and you're that example for them. So I am so grateful that you guys took the step and that you've made the way, and I'm very grateful for all of the organizations that are partnering in, that circle around you, and that give you that opportunity, but you guys are doing the hard work. And so my word to you is just don't ever give up. just go for what you want to take care of in your life, and you guys have already shown that. Just continue that journey, and God will bless you with everything that you do. So it is my pleasure to turn this over. I'll turn it over to the most important part of the event, to David Lorera with the Connection Dallas, and we will start the presentation. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, how do I start this? Just call them out? Yeah. Okay. All right. We were blessed to be able to train these 5 guys right here. We had a blast with them. We were with them for about a week in total. This first guy right here, Norvell Dumas, funny guy. I enjoyed every moment training this guy. Next up is Danny Joe George. This guy, man, he taught me some life lessons along the way, and for that, I'm grateful for him. Next up, Justin Hammonds. Man, he never gave up throughout the whole training. He always tried his best, and I just want to say congratulations. Next up is Clarence Hutchins. This guy, he came ready. He was prepared. He was ready to drive the first day he got there. Congratulations. Last but not least, Anthony Reese. Congratulations.
Buddy, my man.
Come on, let's give it up one more time for our graduates. Graduates, I do want to share this. What you did was not easy. You did a lifetime of work in 6 weeks. So I don't want you to think for 1 second that we take for granted your effort, your commitment to excellence, and your drive to be exactly where you're purposed to be. I want to leave you with this, though. Pretty soon, you guys are going to be on the road, and you're going to be driving, and it's going to be tough. But I want to remind you guys, do not grow weary in doing well. We're proud of you. Y'all all owe us about $5 on that first check you get, so don't be acting brand new whenever I ask you to take me to Chick-fil-A, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and for you guys being here. We're not here, they're not here without this incredible body of support. So one more time, I want to give it up for these graduates. Can we do that? This concludes our ceremony. We're going to take some pictures with the graduates. We have some refreshments in the back. Please take advantage of those. And we'd love to talk with some of the family and friends if you see fit. God bless you guys, and we'll see you in September.